Have you ever driven past one of those massive construction sites and just thought, man, how do I get a piece of that action? Well, today, we are cracking that exact code. We're going to break down Preston Lawton's entire blueprint for how you, the entrepreneur, can win those big money federal construction contracts, even if you're starting from scratch. Let's do this.
So if you've got this idea in your head that government contracting is some kind of exclusive club for giant corporations, I'm here to tell you to think again. What we're doing today is giving you the key to that club. We are laying out the exact step-by-step path for a small business to not just get in the game, but to actually start winning.
All right, here's our roadmap. First, we're going to cover getting your business ready, all the foundational paperwork. Then we dive into the fun stuff, the strategy for bidding and winning. After that, it's all about how you actually get the job done. And finally, the part everyone's waiting for, making sure you get paid.
Okay, let's start from the ground up. Before you can even think about sending in a bid, your business has to look legit. This first part is all about creating that solid administrative foundation, the stuff that makes the federal government see you as a serious player. These right here are your first 3 moves. They are absolutely non-negotiable. You form your LLC, you get your EIN from the IRS, and then you get your DUNS number. You can think of it like this. The LLC is your business's birth certificate, the EIN is its social security number for taxes, and the DUNS number, that's its official government ID. You need all 3, period.
So what is this EIN thing? It's really simple. It's your company's tax ID. And here's the most important thing to remember. It is 100% free, and it takes just a few minutes on the IRS website. Do not let anyone ever charge you for this. It's a quick, critical step that you have to do to get the ball rolling.
And hey, if the EIN is your tax ID, then the DUNS number is your golden ticket into the whole federal system. This is literally how the government tracks your business from the moment you bid to the moment you get paid. When you send in a proposal, your EIN and DUNS are the first things they look for. No DUNS, no deal. It's that simple.
Now this right here is a pro-level tip from Lathan himself. When you're picking a name for your LLC, think broad, think generic. Don't call yourself something like Smith's Roofing Specialists. Why? Well, what happens when a juicy 6-figure contract for electrical work comes up? Your name basically disqualifies you. But if you're Smith's General Solutions, you can bid on anything. You're keeping all your options open.
Okay, the last piece of the setup puzzle is your bank account. It has to be a business account, not your personal one. And yeah, you'll need that EIN and DUNS number to get it open. And please listen to this pro tip because it can save you a world of hurt. Walk in and tell your banker, hey, I'm going after federal contracts and I expect to see some large deposits from the government. That one little conversation prevents your account from getting frozen for suspicious activity when that first $100,000 check hits.
All right, your foundation is set. Your business is official. Now, for the exciting part, let's go on the hunt. This next section is all about the real strategy behind finding and, more importantly, winning these contracts.
You're going to come across a few different kinds of bids out there, but they really boil down to these 3. You've got IFPs and combined synopses, which are pretty straightforward. You give a price, you're stuck with it. But look at that last one, the RFQ. The request for quote. According to Lathan, that's the one you want to look for. That's where you have all the power.
So why is the RFQ the so-called no-risk contract? It's all about flexibility. When you submit your price on an RFQ, it's not a final binding promise. It's more like the start of a negotiation. It gives you this incredible power to gather more information, to renegotiate, or to just walk away clean, which is something you just can't do with the other types.
And here is how that no-risk strategy works in the real world. So picture this. The government calls and says, congratulations, we've accepted your $90,000 bid. What do? You hit the pause button. You use the stall tactic. You say, that's great news. I just need 48 hours to finalize things on my end. Then you use that time to find a subcontractor who can do the whole job for, say, $40,000. Now you just call the government back, say we're a go, and boom, you've locked in a $50,000 profit before a single hammer has been swung.
So how do you do this at scale? Lathan calls it the 7-day blitzkrieg. It's about taking massive, focused action. You're not trying to make every bid perfect, you're just playing a numbers game. Pull 5 bids at once. Fill out only the absolute must-have info. Blast the project details, the statement of work, to a bunch of subs to get quotes. Submit, 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 and repeat. It's all about increasing your odds.
So you did it! You won the bid! That is awesome! But okay, deep breath, now the real work begins. You've made a promise to the US government, and this next phase is all about putting together the right team to make good on that promise.
Look, finding a fantastic subcontractor is probably the most important part of this whole process.
Sure, you can use Google and Thumbtack, and you should, but here's the real insider move, the Thomas Register. Let's say the contract specifies a certain brand, like an Owens Corning roof. You look up a local rep for that company and ask them one simple question. Who's the best installer you've got in this area? They will give you the names of the A-listers, the pros that other people don't even know exist.
And this quote, it really says it all, doesn't it? Remember that 48-hour window you bought yourself with the stall tactic? You don't have time to wait around for a week for someone to send you a quote. You have to be direct and create that sense of urgency. You give them all the info they need, and you make it crystal clear. I need a price, and I need it now.
Okay, we have come so far. We built the company, we won the contract, we managed the project, and now for the final and most important part of all, getting paid. But this isn't just about cashing the check. It's about making sure you squeeze every last drop of profit out of the job. That price you won the bid with, you should think of that as your starting salary, not your final one. Lathan has this amazing strategy for increasing your profit after the project is already underway. He calls it the $50,000 letter, and it's all about knowing how to find and justify price increases. Here's how it works. Your team gets to the job site, and they find something that wasn't in the original plans. Maybe all the drains are clogged, whatever. That's what you call a differing site condition, and that's a profit opportunity. You document it, and you submit a formal change order to get paid for the extra work. But listen up, because this is the single most important rule of the entire process. You absolutely must get the contracting officer's written signature before you do a single minute of that extra work. The project manager's okay isn't good enough. It has to be the CO.
Once that government money hits your account, it's time to settle up. First things first, you get your subcontractor to sign a lien release. All this is a simple legal form that says they've been paid in full and they can't make any more claims on the project. It protects you. Then you pay them with a certified check, so everything is traceable. It's clean, it's professional, and it helps you build a great reputation for the next job.
So there you have it. From getting your LLC set up all the way to cashing that final, bigger check, you now have the entire blueprint. The whole system is laid out right in front of you. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?